howling at the moon.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. Hello, and welcome, everybody, to another edition of It's a Wrap Sports. This is Props Locks and Parlays. I'm your host, Mike Lauro. No Paul Spencer tonight, so it'll just be me, and it'll be a half hour tonight. After tonight, we got four more episodes of Props Locks and Parlays. We do this during football season, so we will definitely be trying to definitely do that as well and get over to you. If you are trying to watch on Facebook right now, I am so sorry. There are issues going on with the Facebook, so I strongly suggest go over to YouTube and X and see what's going on there. I don't know what's going on with these with this Facebook of ours, but for some odd reason it's been acting goofy. So let's get into it. Paul really had a very good the last time that we were on together, which was 2 weeks ago, because if you remember, guys, last week, I unfortunately had work and we kind of put the show off and we couldn't get together on Friday night to do it. So we definitely had to try to, go about our way and, try to make it. We couldn't make it work due to our scheduling conflicts. But we, so I had to wait until today. But Paul, the last time that we did do picks, I will say this: Paul had a very good NCAA. He went undefeated. He went 5-0. He took Kansas plus 11, Texas Tech minus 24.5 and won. He took Oregon minus 7, Mizzou minus 2.5, and Florida minus 1.5 to go 5-0. Me on the other hand, I was the total opposite. I went 1-4. So to me, it was just bad, as we saw. So again, it kind of really went the way of, I had Arizona State. They got crushed. I had Texas A&M. They did not cover. They only won by 1, and they were minus 2.5. I did win with Air Force minus 1.5, but Utah minus 12.5 and Michigan plus 10 was not able to do that and was not able to cover, and that was it, man. Like that was my NCAA in a nutshell. So with that being said, we move on to the pros. Both me and Paul both went 2-3 for Paul's picks. He had Detroit on Thanksgiving Day. They lost. He had Dallas on Thanksgiving Day. They won. He had Cleveland plus 4.5. They lost. And he had Buffalo minus 3.5. They won. So giving Paul having them at 2-3 on his 5. I also went 2-3 also during that stretch as well. I ended up going I had Denver minus 6.5. They won by a point over Washington that night. If you remember, that was the Sunday Night Football game. I had Seattle minus 10. They shut out Minnesota, or 10.5. They shut out Minnesota. I had Houston plus 4.5. They won. I had the Rams minus 10.5. That was the weekend they decided to lose to Carolina, and also had Atlanta minus 2.5. Lost that one as well. So for the season, Paul is kicking some major butt right now, as we go into for the NCAA. My record on that, believe it or not, is 26-33-3. So I am what, 7 games under 500 right now in that game. Paul is 30-21-1. So Paul's been kicking some major butt over there. Both of us, when it comes to the NFL, we both are around 500. Paul right now is 26. It looks like 26-27-1. So Paul's 1 game under 500. I'm 32-31-1. So if Paul does give me his picks, I will put them up and let you guys know. But as of right now, no. You know, uh, it's been. Oh, I'm sorry. I am so sorry. That just popped up on me there. But yeah, definitely have to. We have to. We're definitely going to go through with that. So if he puts it up, I will put it up on our socials as well as we go forward here with this. So with that being said, we're going to just kind of move in. We didn't have any picks, like I said, a week ago. So, but before we do that, let me pay some bills here as we go up. I'm going to put this on right now. This is right now. We had the Pittsburgh Sports Show, which is still kind of going on right now. Those guys are finishing up over there. Yeah, myself, Props Locks and Parlays. Then we also have post game from the Flyers and the Sharks tonight. Tomorrow you have the Pittsburgh Sports Desk along with the final word with Matty B. So, guys, tonight no final word with Matty B as he will be doing the post game for the Sharks and Flyers. So the final word will return tomorrow. Thursday, Birds Blast with Kyle Quinn at 7:00 with Matty B and Kyle. You also have Gridiron Weekly at 8:00, 9:00, the final word with Matty B, and then Flyers Knights post game that will be hosted by yours truly. And Friday we have a show 9 p.m. Philly Friday Frenzy. That's right, Philly Friday Frenzy. As Big Al, I got to put him up there. There he is, and that's what he looks like, especially when he's hungry. He will be there Philly Frenzy Friday. He'll be going over everything as well. Saturday, the only thing we have planned for Saturday is Flyers hosting the Canes. I will be on the call for that as well. And then on Sunday, that's right, you have me and Al in the morning kicking off Philly AM Sports. And then I will be your host for Birds Flyby right after the Eagles hosting the Raiders. And then Matty B will have you covered. This is our schedule for the week here. As you see, it's myself and Matty B. So there you go. I will be on Thursday and then Sunday, or Thursday and then Saturday. And then also I'll be on twice on Sunday as well. So there you have it. Again, guys, if you are looking for us on Facebook for some odd reason, I don't know what's going on. Facebook is not working. It keeps kicking us off. So right now we are only on X and on YouTube. So just make sure you guys kind of take notice to that. I've tried to get us back on there. For some odd reason, it is not letting us. It keeps kicking us off. So there you have that. So there's everything right there. Penn State will be doing the we will have one more Happy Valley Huddle, and that will be following the Pinstripe Bowl. That's right. That will be our last one. And, of course, we'll be turning the Happy Valley Huddle into a weekly show next year as Matt Campbell has come over to take over the reins as Penn State's head football coach from Iowa State. Looking forward to seeing what this guy can do. He spent a decade out there in Ames, Iowa, kind of building that program up. And right now, Penn State needs a football coach. They don't need a coddler. And, I kind of like from what I heard from him so far. So future kind of looks good with Penn State. I know they didn't do kind of well this year with their National Signing Day, but there will be a transfer portal that will open up in January. And right now, some of the guys that kind of decommitted to Penn State are really kind of looking to come back. There's quite a few that are looking to actually go back now that Matt Campbell is their head coach. So I'm kind of happy for that as well. So again, we will definitely have that. But yeah, let's move on. We're going to go through some of these games that we have up here today. That I have right now that I'm going to be looking at. I also have a touchdown parlay too that I'm actually going to read off. I'm going to start off with that this weekend. I put I take a touchdown score from every game in the NFL if I like the matchup. If I don't like the matchup, I'm not going to take one. In the Kansas City Chiefs versus the LA Chargers, I took 2 touchdown scores in that game. I took Omarion Hampton and Kareem Hunt. Now, this is all on one ticket, so all of them have to score for you to win your money, but it's something fun to do on a Sunday. It keeps you engaged in all the games. So that late game there, I took Kareem Hunt to score a touchdown, Omario Hampton. Also on this ticket, I also took Jahmyr Gibbs and Kyron Williams, each to score a touchdown in the Detroit LA Rams game. I also took in the Green Bay versus Denver, I took RJ Harvey and Josh Jacobs, both each to score to have an anytime touchdown. And then as we move on to the 1 o'clock games, I've taken Bucky Irving against the Falcons, anytime touchdown scorer. Woody Marks, also an anytime touchdown scorer. Chase Brown against the Baltimore Ravens as an anytime touchdown scorer. Trayvon Henderson, anytime touchdown against the Buffalo Bills. Kyle Monangai to score an anytime touchdown. And in the nightcap, I am taking Javonte Williams to score a touchdown. If that were to play out, and you go through all of that, the singing right here, if you were to put a buck on that, your buck would turn into, now all of this would have to happen, but it's something fun. You throw a buck on it, it would pay you out $2,855.61 if you were to do that. So to me, I feel like that would be something worth, kind of keeping your interest in the NFL as you move forward. But we're gonna get in and start talking some of these games here today. Thursday night kicks off. Tampa Bay hosting Atlanta, and as you've seen, I took Bucky Irving to score in this game tonight. In that game Thursday night, the Bucs are surprising, and I mean surprising. They are a 4-point favorite in this game. Only with I guess Atlanta's they just can't beat anybody. They are a 4-point favorite at home against them on Thursday night. To be honest with you, I don't like this Falcons team. You don't know who's going to play quarterback for the Falcons. It's still kind of early in the week. Is Penix coming back? Is he not? Is it worth bringing him back, really? And I think, with the Bucs losing this past week to the Saints, they need a bounce back game. So I like the Bucs. I even like them laying the 4 here. I think they beat them by 7-10 in this game, which takes us to the sorry, had a little bit of a nasal here going. But that takes us to the Sunday 1 o'clock slate. And I'm going to start right here, right in South Philadelphia. This isn't one of my games. I didn't touch this game, but the Eagles are hosting the Las Vegas Raiders. And right now, Vegas has the Eagles at an 11-point favorite. I'm sorry, but looking at the Eagles over the last couple of weeks, do you think they're really better, 11 points better than anybody right now? Do I think the Eagles can win the game? Yeah, I do. I do think that I think they can, and I think they will win the game. I think they'll end their skid against the Vegas Raiders. If the Eagles lose this game, they're in trouble. But I do like the Birds in this game. I wouldn't lay the 11. I would take the Eagles on the money line, but I wouldn't lay the 11 at all. From there, we're going to go up to Foxborough. Bills going in to play the Patriots, which should have been for first place, but the Bills actually end up losing an extra game in there or two. So they're a couple games behind the Patriots right now. Patriots are a 1-point dog at home. I don't know. With that, I like New England in that game, getting the point. I'll take the point. And I like the New England Patriots in that game. I think they beat Buffalo, and they move on. Buffalo should have lost last week if it wasn't for a errant throw by Joe Burrow. They would have lost that game. So, speaking of Joe Burrow, he comes home and he gets his second crack at Lamar Jackson. Literally within 3 weeks, they played on Thanksgiving night, where Joe Burrow got the better of, Lamar Jackson in that one. The Ravens are a 2.5-point favorite on the road at Cincinnati. I like the Bengals in this game. I really do. Matter of fact, they are one of my plays. I took them at plus 2.5. So you're going to give me the Bengals in 2.5 at home. I'll take that. I don't like the way that Baltimore's been playing. They just haven't looked. They haven't looked good all year. It's been really weird. Like if you take a look really at, the 6 best teams from a year ago, none of them are really looking that good. I mean, you're looking, Detroit, they kind of fell off. They're in the middle of the pack now, so to speak. The Bears have, teams from last year. You have Washington, who's done. They've been riddled with injuries. You have the Eagles, who look like they can't play offense for some odd reason. Then you go over in the AFC, you have the the Chiefs, who are on the outside looking in. You got the Ravens, who are on the outside looking in. And you got Buffalo at 8-4, which if they lose a couple more games, they may be on the outside looking in. So, the AFC really could have, their top 3 teams could replace the top 3 teams from a year ago, which they have between the way Denver has played and the way New England has played. They are definitely right there. So, but yeah, I like Cincinnati in that game. We're going to move on. Speaking of the Chiefs, they host the Chargers. Chargers coming off a short week. They have to go to Kansas City. Kansas City, a 4.5-point favorite in this game. And I'll tell you what, if I had to pick one, I would take the Chiefs at home. Just because they got to have it. Like, they're just losing way too much. They got beat up really bad on Sunday night against those Houston Texans. So I think the Chargers defense is good. Now, they've already beaten Kansas City once this year. So I would be surprised if they went into Kansas City and won. If they did, kudos to the Chargers. But I think the Kansas City wins. I just don't think they covered the 4.5. I would take the Chargers in this with the 4.5. I think Kansas City wins, but I think they win by a field goal. This next one at 1:00 is I think it's going to be a one-sided game. You have the Houston Texans hosting the Arizona Cardinals. And right now, the Cardinals are a 9.5-point underdog in this game. Take Houston because it's going to be very hard for Jacoby Brissett and the Arizona Cardinals to score on this defense. And I don't see it happening. We're going to move right along. Next game, New York Jets travel down to Duval to play the Jaguars. And Jags are hot, man. They are hot. They were home last week, and they put a beating on the Colts, man. Just put a straight beating on them. And I like the Jags in this game, even though they're giving up 12. And Aaron Glenn's team has played pretty tough over the last few weeks. Okay, they've gotten a win 2 weeks ago. Last week, they kind of let that game kind of snowballed away from them against Miami. Tyrod Taylor ended up getting hurt in that game as well. So I just like the Jaguars in this game. I just think they got too much offense for the New York Jets. Also, 1:00 slate as well. We got 2 games left in the 1:00 slate. Chicago is at home. Cleveland comes to town. Shedeur Sanders comes to town to play the Bears. And, I'm not going to say that the Bears are going to lose this game. I just don't think they're going to win by 7.5. They are a 7.5-point favorite against Cleveland. Cleveland has a hard time scoring, but that game last week, they were so built up to go play the Packers. They played them in Green Bay. It was a hard-fought game. They have the Packers again next week. I'm looking at kind of a trap game for them. And the reason why I'm saying that is they just had the Packers, lost a very tight game in Lambeau. Now they got the Packers getting ready to come to Soldier Field next week, and it's literally right there. It's literally right there in front of them. Cleveland's kind of right there. I think the Bears will win this game, but I don't think they're going to win by 7.5. I really don't. So I would take the Browns in the points in this game. But last of the 1:00 games is the Washington Commanders going into the Big Snoop. That's right, MetLife Stadium, going in to take on Jackson Dart and those New York Giants. Right now, New York is a 2-point favorite in this game. 2-point favorite in this game. So I like the Giants in this one. I think the Giants are a much better team. Mariota, Jaden Daniels is still up in the air, and he didn't look that great when he was in there a week ago against Minnesota. I think that Giants defense can get after him. Mariota's prone for turning the ball over. So I like the Giants in this one, minus the 2. And we're going to move on now to the 4 o'clock games. That's right. 4:25. That's right. All the games this week, right? There is no 4:05 game. Each game at 4 o'clock this week is all 4:25. And we got some pretty darn good matchups except for one. There's always a clunker. And your clunker is Carolina going to New Orleans to take on the Saints. And believe it or not, the Panthers are only a 2.5-point favorite. I love that line. I'm going to take Carolina and the 2.5 in that. I just think that. Oh, I'm sorry. There's another clunker. San Francisco hosting Tennessee. San Francisco's a 12.5-point favorite in that game. I don't know with that one. I really, really don't know. I'll take the Niners. I just don't know. Like, Tennessee's got a lot of garbage touchdowns, a lot of garbage time touchdowns this year, and they've kind of backdoor covered me a couple times this year. So with that, I'm not going to take. I think 49ers will win the game. I don't think they'll win by 12.5. So it may look bleak, man, but I'll tell you what, Cam Ward's had some, backdoor covers the last 3 weeks. So. Or 4 weeks. The 1 week in somewhere in the last couple of weeks, they only scored 3 points. But besides that, they've been kind of backdoor cut. And just coming off a win this week, too. So, I'd like to see I think 49ers win that game, but they may win by 10. I don't think they're going to win by 12. Watch that line, too. I mean, it's only Tuesday. So, by the time, that would be a game I would watch more closer as we get too close to kickoff with playing that. If it gets anywhere under 10, I would jump on the Niners, but that would definitely be one I would watch. I did touch on the Saints and the Panthers. My next one is Seattle hosting Indianapolis. Phillip Rivers coming out of retirement. I think I saw that somewhere. He's coming out of retirement to go play for the Colts. This can't be. You got to wait and see who the quarterback situation is. But right now, believe it or not, in the last hour, it was going up a point, believe it or not. When I logged on to Bet365, I literally logged on an hour ago to start writing down my picks and getting prepped for the show. And I'll tell you what, it was at minus 12.5 Seattle. It's now up to 13.5. So Indianapolis is going to be a one-trick pony. Unfortunately, they're going to be running the ball with Taylor, and I think Seattle knows it. And Seattle's got a really good defense. I would lay the 13 in this one. And it's really weird too because the Colts haven't been a double-digit underdog, I think, all year. So for them to be 13.5 down or 13.5 underdogs, that's saying something to me there. So I'm going to take the Seattle Seahawks in that game. So far I have my 2 games so far, or 3 games, has been New England +1, Cincinnati +2.5, and the Giants -2. I have 3 more games, and that we will be getting ready to talk about. This next one here, I think this one is going to be a shootout. I mean, I'm talking up and down the field. This might be the game of the day. If it's not the game of the day, my next one's going to be the game of the day because you got 2 really good matchups in the 425 slot area. Detroit travels out to they travel out to Los Angeles. Same field the Eagles played on last night as they go to SoFi to take on the Rams. The Rams are a slim 5.5-point favorite over the Detroit Lions. And I'll tell you what, I like the over in this game. I know the Rams got a good defense, but that offense in Detroit is something else. You saw what they did to Dallas a week ago. They picked the Cowboys apart a week ago, and the Cowboys were playing good ball. I mean, they held the Eagles to 21 points. Really kind of, they were down 21-0, came back in that game And the Eagles didn't score for almost probably 2.5 quarters. They shut them out. Then they went and did a number on Kansas City on Thanksgiving. So their defense, Dallas's defense was playing good. The Rams carved that defense up. They carved that defense up in that game. So I like this. I'm taking Detroit in the 5.5 here, and I'm going to take the over. Take the over in that game. Mickey Delaney checking in, going, "Hey, Mike. Hey, Mickey, how are you? Thanks for tuning in, bud." So I would definitely, that's my pick. That's one of my picks for the week. I took Detroit with the 5.5. I think, and the over. The over in this game is going to be crazy. It's right now at 55. So they're telling you it's going to be probably a 30-27 game, and they're hoping that you take the under. So I'm going to take the Detroit Lions plus 5.5 over those Rams. And I think it's time for Jared Goff to get a little revenge too. It's been Matthew Stafford getting the revenge kind of the last couple times they met. It's time for Goff to get a little revenge. He needs to go back to LA and get a little revenge on those Rams. So yeah, I need to see that happen for him. Next up, the last game in the 4:00 hour on Sunday. It is the Denver Broncos hosting the Green Bay Packers. And I've been kind of back and forth with this game. They got the Packers as a favorite in this game. And I'm going to be honest with you. I wrote down Green Bay minus 2.5. And the reason why I'm going to stick with that for right now, because one, I think as we get closer to game time, I think this game is going to even out. I really do. I think it's going to be a pick 'em by the end of the week. Two really good defenses. I just feel like Jordan Love and the Green Bay offense is a little bit better than the Denver offense. And Denver needs a loss. Let's just be honest with you. They've been getting by and getting lucky for God knows, but they do have that factor of playing in the high altitude. Green Bay's got to go there. Green Bay also has the Bears on their sights next week. They have to go to Chicago next week. So could it be a trap game for them as well? I don't think so. I think they play a very good Denver team, and I think they beat Denver. I just think they have the better team. And I think that they go in there and I think they beat them. And they beat them. I'm taking the Packers minus the 2.5 in this game. And also, as an added bonus, I think I'm going to take the under in this game. This under is at 43.5. That's kind of low. So I'm wondering, why is it set that low? The Packers really kind of, they put up 28 points themselves over the weekend. And the Broncos can score. So I don't know. I like them. I do. I like the Packers in this game. My last game for this football week is the Minnesota Vikings at the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas is a 5.5 point home favorite. And this is my upset of the week. I'm taking the Minnesota Vikings. That defense just shut out the Washington Commanders. Now, I know people are going to say it's the Commanders, and that's fine. You can say that. But this Minnesota team also beat that Detroit team that just put it on Dallas. And they beat them in Detroit. So I like where this team, J.J. McCarthy's kind of, but they got back to running the ball a little bit more yesterday. And I just don't know what George Pickens we're going to get this week. He kind of got called out on national TV a week ago. CeeDee Lamb still under concussion protocol. We'll see how that goes during the week. Early results, though, I'm jumping with Minnesota and the 5.5. So there you have it. My picks for this week, guys, are Cincinnati plus 2.5, New York Giants minus 2, Detroit plus 5.5, Green Bay minus 2.5, New England plus 1, and then my upset of the week, I am taking the Minnesota Vikings plus the 5.5. I think they win the game outright. And I think they put that proverbial nail in Dallas's coffin. I could be wrong. Dallas has played tremendous at home. They have played tremendous at home. They've been averaging over 30 points. I just like Brian Flores' defense. He's got a good attacking defense. And we saw what happened last week when Dak was under pressure. You really did. They got a defensive line that can get to him. And they have no problem kind of lining up and sending a blitz. So, again, it all depends on how Dallas picks up the blitz. But, again, the boys have been tough at home. It's just it's my Eagle fan in me really kind of going that way. But I like the point spread, 5.5. I mean, I think Minnesota can kind of curb Dallas' scoring a little bit. That defense can curb their scoring. The thing is, you gotta see if Minnesota can take advantage of Dallas' defense. So, guys, I want to thank you guys for tuning in for Props, Locks, and Parlays. We will be back next Tuesday, this same time. I will see you guys Thursday night right after Flyers and Kings. Again, this is our schedule for the week right here coming up. Again, guys, no final word tonight. Matty B will be on the call, though, as he will bring you post-game from the Flyers game with Flyers and Sharks. So he will be on the airways tonight. He just will not be doing the final word. So that will be back tomorrow. Again, guys, I will see you guys Thursday after the Flyers game, after Flyers and Knights. And then I will see you again this weekend, both Saturday and Sunday. Saturday, I will be covering the Clear the Ice after the first Canes game. And then Sunday morning, you got me all day Sunday. I'm up early with Al. Me and him are having breakfast together, getting you guys ready for Eagles Raiders. And then I'll be back right after Eagles Raiders for you guys. So make sure you guys tune in. Oh, wait a minute. I just got word from the chief. There will be a final word combined with Clear the Ice. So there you go. So you guys are going to get your cake you needed too. Not only are you going to get expert hockey analysis, you're also going to get a very opinionated Matty B, probably of what he's seen last night. And also some good news. If you are a Phillies fan and if you like what they did, they re-signed Kyle Schwarber, but they also extended Rob Thompson. And also saw somewhere Don Mattingly's going to be a bench coach. Maybe Matty B can clear that up for you in just about a half hour or so, or when the Flyers finally stop playing. So make sure you guys tune in tonight right here. Final word / Clear the Ice. Matty B will have all those answers for you, hopefully. All right, guys, it has been real. It has been fun. What the heck is going on here? Oh. Anyway, you guys have been great. It's been a long day. Matty, we got to do something about this Facebook thing, dude. It keeps kicking me off. It won't record on Facebook. We'll talk soon. I'm Mike Lauro. You guys have a good night.